Touching Lives, 3/12/09. This is a special sermon because in the Church of Thomas we do not hold with the idea that Jesus was born December 25th. That is a pagan holiday, and it was used by the Romans and by the new Christian church that Constantine was sanctioning to identify it with winter solstice and make people of other religions conform because they couldn't go to two ceremonies. The problem is that it isn't when Jesus was born, so we celebrate Jesus' birth all year long, because without him a lot of things would have been very bad and very different. By setting the example he did, it created a way for us to live, but as a result, there's sort of this situation where people feel that they're not making a difference in other people's lives. Touching lives goes along with the idea that everyone has an impact on other people. Every personal interaction you have with another person affects them, for good or bad, and we choose how that effect happens. One of my favorite movies to watch around the Christmas holidays, and I have been known when I'm feeling down to watch it at other times, is It's a Wonderful Life. This man basically had helped everyone, and he got angry along the way occasionally. He wasn't, a totally altruistic person who just said, hey, I don't need it, everyone else take it. This is the fruit of my labor, everyone take it. But he touched a great many lives, even though the hardship he went through was sometimes grudgingly made. He never understood the number and quality and quantity of people that he had affected. Every interaction he had touched somebody's soul, had given them comfort, had given them solace, had enjoyed joy with them, had helped them celebrate, had kept them calm in a crisis. This is why I like watching this movie. We believe that Jesus was born on March 15th. There are some of the astronomers that have been coming up trying to figure out what was that star that everybody had been talking about. And part of what had been decided, besides there being an astrological event in the springtime of when Jesus was born, but also in an astrological sense, there were differences in how the wise men looked at things. They didn't necessarily go, okay, that's a star, that's a bright fiery furnace, that's hydrogen and helium, and it's burning, and in millions of years or billions of years it will burn out. That's not how they looked at things. What they looked at was the shiny bright things in the sky and their positions. And they gave personalities to these planets and star constellations, etc. And one of the things that they tried to do was, for their kingdoms, they tried to predict what was happening in their world. It's sort of an early warning system. Well, what they found was that there was something really big happening, and it was in Judea. There was a king going to be born. And when he was born, he was going to change everything. There was a lot of indication of him being a king, so they had to come and investigate. So 3 different kingdoms sent representatives of their astrological astronomer community to investigate. And when they met Jesus, they verified that he was not a threat to their communities, but that he was very special. So we do like the story of the wise men. It seems to coincide with some of the things that have been found out lately, but the actual birth date of Jesus was not in December. Anyway, I want all of you to choose to touch a life every day. Try and make this interaction positive. Say good morning to everybody. Ask people how they're doing, and actually listen to what they say. When people look sad, ask them if there's something wrong. If there's a little old lady who can't get all of her groceries in her arms and they keep slipping out, offer to help her, for God's sake. If somebody needs a hug or a smile, you may not know it at the time, but if you make it a habit of giving these things freely, you're affecting people's lives. You're touching lives. You're making a difference. And that's doing Jesus' work here. God bless the whole world. No exceptions. Angel Liza.